a couple more people to join. Oh, hello. Hi, Anna. How are you? So I was going through all of my skating costumes because I had to find a costume to donate for an organization that I'm working with. You guys will find more out about that later, but I keep them in this massive suitcase. And then my brother and I just started kind of going through all of them and reminiscing, and it made me think about the fact that we all kind of need something just like silly and mindless to entertain ourselves throughout the day. And we never really get to talk about costumes. You guys never actually get to see the details and hear about how we feel about costumes. So like, let's get together and talk for a couple of minutes about costumes because it's not stressful, it's fun, and I have so many of them. So I guess if you guys haven't seen it yet, I'm very proud of it. My brother helped me out with this. We worked together and we created a rainbow of all my costumes and went and took a picture. So go check that out and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Should I start from the dark end of the rainbow or the bright end? Like how should we do this?
Let's start dark because that's Black Swan.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with Black Swan. So this was my Black Swan costume. This was my first national title. One of the things that I didn't even realize, I did not remember, it has these cool little feathers on the back that like actually kind of fluttered. This was my comfiest dress. I was a really big proponent of comfy dresses. I needed to feel fabulous in them, but I also needed to be able to move. So this was, I would say, baby Ashley time period. Later on in life, I was like, I have a booty. I want like a nice long skirt. I got into dramatic long skirts, but starting off, these were pretty light. And honestly, it's just made out of mesh. Like the skirt is just a little mesh skirt. So really pretty. I loved it. It was the first costume that I got where I just felt like dramatic. It really set the tone for me. So that's Black Swan. Next up, this is just an old show costume, and show costumes are kind of tough for skaters because you have to think about how much you want to invest in them, and it's all about glitter and sparkle, and I wanted a little two-piece number, and this was back before you could really like socially do two pieces, so I just pretended I made a fake one. And this is what I lived in when I was skating in shows. So that's a good one. That's an old one. Next up, I loved this dress. Okay, this dress has a couple of really fun parts to it. This was my short program dress in 2015. When I'm coming up with dress ideas or direction that I want to steer my dress costume designers in, I create Pinterest boards. So I found this fabulous runway dress, and it had this kind of a top where it was just like two pieces of fabric coming down, and I was skating to, what was I skating to? Dun, dun, dun.
With this?
Yeah. Oh my God, you guys, what's the music? I should know this stuff.
I can't put this song.
Okay, I have the song in my head. Oh my God. Anyway, so this was for my short program. We're moving on. No one's helping. Wait, maybe people are helping me out. Okay, wait, people are helping me out. Spartacus, thank you.
God bless.
Oh my God, shame on me for not being able to do that. But you at least got to hear what it sounds like when I sing, which is why I don't sing. No, so I was not wearing, this was 2015. So it was the year after the Olympics. This was definitely at the time one of my favorites. I just liked it because it was just something that was a little bit more high fashion, less skating dressy, so that's what I really tried to stick with. I really liked the idea of a belt because I think that skating dresses sometimes can just look so flat and you lose your shape on the ice, so that's when I started really trying to work in some kind of hip belt definition in my waist. how long have I had that dress for? This dress has been around since 2015. So it's not even, this isn't even one of the oldies. Okay. So that's this dress. It was nice music. I loved that program. Adam choreographed that short program for me. I love the music from Spartacus. I love all of that kind of classical ballet, opera type of music because that's what I grew up on. And so that was a piece of music that I wanted to skate to and do the way I wanted to. I skated to Spartacus in 2009 when I was a baby, and I just didn't have the awareness for what that music was and what I needed to do to it. So it was fun to go back in when I was a lot more developed as an athlete and actually skate to a piece of music that I understood. Okay, next up, this dress, she has done her time. This is my ultimate show skating dress. We have like a baby doll nighttime situation. I've skated a couple of numbers in this, but mostly, what was this? I have so many concussions, guys, that like name recollection for me is actually an issue. But yeah, whenever I just need something that's like pretty, but I don't want to buy a whole new dress for it, this is where this girl comes on in. Old Faithful, she's reliable, she makes me look cute, love it. Literally the beads are falling off at this point, but she's a dress that I will never be able to get. No, this is not what I was wearing when I danced with Nathan Chen. That was another dress, Stars on Ice. So for Stars on Ice, you have to bring your own costumes for your personal numbers, but then Stars on Ice provides the costuming for all the other, like the group numbers, the opening, the closing. You wear what they provide. And back in the day when I first started doing Stars on Ice, we were using a bunch of like the old school costumes, and so it was really cool because you get to go in for your fittings. And fittings are always happening during rehearsal, so they just kind of pull you into fittings whenever you can. And there's name tags on the inside of all of the dresses, and they sew them in there for whoever the dress was made for or whoever wore it last. And so you would either, I think for me, typically, I would try on Yuka's dresses because we both have a similar,
Build.
What? Build? So yeah, like our waist and our length is similar. So we would always, they put me in Yuka's old dresses. And that was always kind of cool just to like be trying on skating history. I loved that. I went through a blue phase. This is another just like show dress. I don't really think I used all that much, but she's nice. We do not get to keep the costumes. We have to give the costumes back. Torso, thank you guys. You're seeing like, this is where I struggle. If I actually have to talk about something and I need a word, that's when the word is gone. But I can be laying in bed at like 3 a.m. and be like, oh my God, it was torso. Welcome to my head. Now, this is arguably my best dress of all time. She never got to see the Olympics that she deserved, but still, best dress I have ever had. This is Hip Hip Chin Chin, the last rendition. Oh my goodness. This was genuinely one of my best dresses. It was an asymmetrical skirt that felt risky. I wasn't entirely sure if I was gonna love it on me. And then when I saw the design, this is a Lisa McKinnon dress, and Lisa has my heart forever. She is just absolutely brilliant and knows how to make your body look like fire on the ice. And she's really good at just catering to different body types. So, I don't know why my nose is running now, but when I first saw the design, I was a little bit afraid that it was gonna go Pebbles and Bam Bam. Like, it can look a little bit Flintstones. But I just like blindly trust Lisa with just about everything. And she was like, no, it's, mesh in between. And she just filled it in with these fabulous gold rhinestones. Yeah, I mean, look at this. It's picking up the light like crazy. It looks like I have Kira on my phone right now. Let's see. Sweet Dreams was the best. Oh, I don't even have Sweet Dreams in the stack. I don't know where Sweet Dreams is right now. Oh, I'm gonna figure that out. But, yep. Best dress. I loved a good open back. Also, these are cookies, so we call them cookies in the biz. Because, yeah, you know, you're out there on the ice, you want to look like a lady, right? So, best dress of all time. Okay, let's see, what are you guys saying? Is it heavy? This one is heavy. I'm not too sensitive to weight on a dress if it's strapped down. So I really liked having these higher collars, because if you have this, that like, you always have to have a way to get into the dress, right? You have to think about that. Have I ever second guessed any of my costumes? Yes. Yes, I have. And I'll point them out to you. Okay. This dress. Oh, you guys. I don't know if this happens to any of you guys, but I have dresses that I see them, I touch them, and I have like a visceral reaction to them.
First objects.
So let's see. Who can guess correctly what is this dress from? Did I burn the cursed hip hip chin chin dress? No, but that was absolutely one of the dresses that I was like, oh, I'll donate this one for charity. Okay, so can anyone guess what this dress was used for? Anyone? Yes! Okay, so this was Romeo. Close, the violin one is coming up in line. This was Romeo and Juliet 2014. I love this dress. My brother was saying that this was probably one of my most flattering dresses. And I agree, I think it was. But I've never felt more sick to my stomach, nauseous, scared, terrified, uncomfortable, like want to get like swan dive out of the rink ever in my life than I did in this dress. This was 2014 US National Qualifiers, and you know, I was really lucky and fortunate to be chosen to be on the team and all of that. But while I was going through that experience, this dress is just all I can think about, where it's like laying in bed that night, not entirely sure if I was going to go to the Olympics. So she's beautiful and appreciated for the journey that she took me on, but shake it out. Great dress, but hard when you don't connect to a program. Exactly. This was a program that it wasn't right. It was back when I wasn't confident enough to stand up for myself. I think from that moment on, every single program, I was like, I need to love it. I need to feel it. I need to identify with this character. But I think I was struggling because Romeo and Juliet, it's, you know, like 14-year-olds in love. And I personally have a harder time when I think it's a piece that is supposed to be skated to at an age-appropriate time, and it's used recklessly in skating, and I just didn't love it. I never looked comfortable because I never was. It just wasn't my style. I like drama, but that's not the drama for me. Okay, next up, another fave. Okay, this was from my Muse program, part 2. I loved the ombre on this. This is another Lisa McKinnon dress. I like the sparkles, but they're dark, which I wasn't sure when Lisa showed me this. The dark sparkles, I wasn't sure if they would really appear bright on the ice or pick anything up. Oh, we're going through a lot of them. I have a lot of dresses. I literally have like suitcases full of dresses. I mean, are you guys in a rush? Do you have anything to do today? I don't. Okay. So I went with, okay, you guys need to, in order to understand the storyline, you need to see the first dress. This dress is my favorite dress of all time. This is my Muse Take 1. So I really wanted that ombre concept. And again, Lisa did a great job. It comes in here, so it's like highlighting my waist here, and then it's just kind of, the program itself always felt like it was a memory to me. So this tattered gray, like in the past kind of a thing, that's what I really wanted for this dress. And this dress was amazing. It is heavy. We got all the glitz and glam on it, and that comes at a price. And it doesn't bug me. I don't mind wearing heavy dresses, but the fabric up here is very stretchy and it's not stiff. And so when a dress this heavy is rotating with G-forces in the air, it would physically come off of my body. And I remember, I think it was Cup of China. I did a double axel and the shoulder came down a little bit, and I was like, oh, I need to get a new dress, because it was just stressing me out every single time I went into a jump that it was gonna fall off of me. But this is my favorite dress of all time. It's the best one. It's so pretty. So I went from this, and then I went back to Lisa, and I kind of expressed my concerns. And I wanted something moody, but I had an opportunity to do something completely different. So then I went with a really saturated color, and I liked that. And we secured this girl. We got it really nice and steady and strong on the back, so I could just jump and not have to worry about anything. Yeah, the weight of it, it's a lot. This one is a lot lighter too. Again, like, the weight never bothered me. And I don't mind when there's weight on the dress, as long as it's on the body and keeping it off the skirt. Like, you'll always see that my skirts are very simple. I don't really even like that many rhinestones on them, just because I don't want to feel it on the skirt. I don't mind weight anywhere else. I know some girls who are just like, the body of their costume, like, it gets in their head that they can feel it. If you're worried about the weight of this dress while you're doing a jump, you have bigger problems on your hands. This is the Lisa that makes my dress, yes. But yeah, so this was the next rendition. I really liked it, and I liked that Lisa kind of like built it down into this nice, warmer, brighter color. And I had really dark hair this season, so it just added into the moodiness, the drama, the despair. Let's just start over again. We didn't start over again. Okay, next up, let's see. Next up, we have, I think this was part of another national title. So I competed at the senior level for, I think, 11 seasons, so they start to run together a little bit for me. Yeah, so this is 2013, and I skated to the Red Violin, and this was Jan Longmire back in California. She designed this dress for me, and she wanted the back of it to kind of look like notes or music on the dress. So that was kind of how this all came to be. And this was back before I really had any identity or concept of what I wanted to look like. So I would just go to my costume designers and be like, this is what I want. I want you to make this dress for me. And then they would just kind of have free reign to design whatever they wanted. And this is how she came up. This is how this dress came to be. But I mean, much later on in my career, when I think I started to really identify with the music, that's when I had a lot more say in what I was doing. This was going to be another Romeo and Juliet rendition that just didn't quite become anything. I wanted something with a little bit more beading that looked a little bit more intricate, but this just kind of read empty on the ice. Up close, it's gorgeous, but just for the way my body looks out on the ice, this one just didn't really ever make it into competition. So it ended up showing up in a couple of shows, and that's pretty much it. I have to go find the Sweet Dream ones. It's in the house. I wore it the other day. I don't know where it is right now, though. This is 2017, 2018 season. I tried to freshen up my Moulin Rouge program, and I had this red dress. Lisa made a choker for me that was supposed to be like the fancy necklace that Satine was wearing. I had bracelets. In the moment, I was stressed out. I didn't wear the bracelet. I didn't wear the necklace, and it just didn't read as anything extravagant or as big as it needed to. And so I decided to change up the dress. But the way that she made this dress, it's so gorgeous. The problem was never the dresses. The problem was me. Oh, Pink Floyd, that's upstairs. I'll have to go get that one. So Pulivetsian dances, Austin was asking me about that. Where is she? I have no clue.
We were making a rainbow and we
no clue. Hi, Britt. Yeah, no clue where that girl is. She might be lost to the universe. And maybe that's for the best. I would be lying if I told you that I wasn't sad that I can't find that hairpiece. I definitely went through a phase where like hair pieces were a major part of my costume inspo. But I grew out of it. Is this just an all red thing? No, we're going through the rainbow. Hi, Marissa. Oh, Marissa says, hi, Austin. Marissa comes onto my lives to communicate with my brother and not me. Okay, so moving on from this version, we're going into OG Moulin Rouge. This is the first rendition. This is 2015. She was arguably, you're good. She is arguably the best of them all. I wanted something that was just a total copycat of that beautiful red dress. Austin mentioned this earlier. He didn't even realize that it has a little bow on the back. It's because, I mean, it's not the scale. The bow that she has is this massive red bow, but this was supposed to be her glamorous necklace, and then we kind of built it in so that it looked like a corset. And yeah, so this is the OG one. I'm not a very sweaty person, so I don't really ever wash my costumes. They honestly, I have them on for like 15 minutes, a competition max. So this is the first time I sent something to the dry cleaners, and it was so traumatized by the experience. Things got like chipped off. She's falling apart up here. But I really loved the way that the necklace was designed, and it just kind of really looked nice out on the earth. I don't know. I loved this dress. Lots of happy memories in this dress. 2012 World's Gala dress.
What?
2012, so that's Nice.
Mm-hmm.
World's Gala dress. What was I skating to in Nice?
Your show?
Yeah. Do you know what I was skating to?
What dress is it?
I don't know. Someone said 2012 World's Gala dress.
Give me a second.
My brother's gonna research this. Let's see. Yeah, I should only wash them in the sink, but I learned. Okay. This one is...
You were wearing the faded light blue to white ombre dress.
Oh, the one... Okay. Okay.
Game Inspire.
Game Inspire. Okay. So this is just, I had to skate on the Today Show at an outdoor rink, and that rink in the wintertime is so freezing cold. It's Rockefeller Center, and it's surrounded by skyscrapers. So then once you're like kind of down in the rink, it's like a wind tunnel. So if you are out there skating, I've performed out there when it was like, it felt like it was -14. So they had me come on the show, and I asked to have a long sleeve dress made, and this is just what it is. She got used once, unfortunately. She deserves better, but this is the life she chose by being a long sleeve dress. Okay, next up, we're getting through the reds finally. This is the last red one. This one is from, I skated to a piece that was inspired by Jackson Pollock. This is my first national title short program dress. OG Baby Ash. This cut up my neck every single time I wore it. It is treacherous. It is dangerous. I would get off the ice and it would just like have rubbed into my neck. So I have a love-hate relationship with this dress. I think it's gorgeous, but it really hurt to wear. Are you going towards these costumes? I don't understand that. Okay. Now, this is a dress that I loved and no one else was on board with, so I had to change it. This was the first dress I tried to wear for Romeo and Juliet. It was a baby doll situation. I thought it was elegant. I thought it was beautiful. We have some like fake pearls on it. I loved everything about it. And Raph told me that the only girls who can wear baby doll dresses are girls who look like sticks, implying that I didn't look like a stick, so I couldn't wear it. And you know, we laugh about that these days. We look back fondly and remember that. I really liked this dress, but it didn't give me shape, and so that was the point he was making. I had to find something that kind of gave my body shape, which is true. I was lucky that I was one of the girls out there that actually had a woman's body, and so why not highlight that? Did he say that in the proper way? No, that's okay. I knew where he was going. Okay, Olympics. Samson and Delilah. I loved this dress. Originally, I wanted to not have this. I just wanted it to kind of be like a little bikini top with a skirt, but just the proportions on the ice, it didn't really look as costumey. It looked like a little bathing suit, which made it read really young. So we added in some dramatic like stomach detailing, followed that up on the back. Also, it did not originally have these two little like not satin, but little ties. It was just this. And I do not like just baby doll sweetheart neckline, just simple sweetheart necklines. I think that they look empty. I wanted some drama on my shoulders, so we ended up tying in these super simple, but it just kind of gave it a different shape. Yeah. So there's actually a lot of orange in it. You don't see much of the orange from far away. I think it loses some of that detailing. And also you have to think like on the ice, that white washes everything out. So you lose a lot of detailing as soon as you get into an arena because it's so bright and so white that that glare kind of negates all of the color. So that's kind of another thing you have to take into consideration, which is why it can be really risky to go with a white costume or something that's very muted because you just don't read the color as well. Let's see. Next up is my brother's favorite costume. Austin also skated. So he has an appreciation of costuming and all things figure skating. Storytelling, drama. Did someone make that Olympic dress or did you buy it at a store? So I have not gone and bought any of my skating dresses at a store for a while. I've been really lucky to work with some amazing costume designers, and yeah, so everything I'm showing you guys today I had specifically designed for the programs. Yes, Baby Ash. If you want to see this dress in her prime, go watch 2009 NHK short program. It was a good time for me. I competed against Malasada. I wasn't ever gonna beat Malasada. That was Malasada in her prime, but I think I came close in the short program. I was on cloud 9. That score was so surprising to me. Also, I watched that program recently and I didn't realize how fast I used to skate. Girl got old and girl started to slow down. Okay, so this is Somewhere in Time. I was always a little bit self-conscious of it because it has these like wings that I wasn't entirely sure if I liked or not. They fluttered. Somewhere in Time is set, I would say, all of this, I should know, but I feel like it's like it's 1800s to 1920s. It's definitely like a period piece. And yeah, that was that. She's been in the suitcase for a while, so all of her rhinestones are sticking together. But on the back, really pretty, it comes down into this nice bow. You thought I was underscored in that short program. Oh my God, I was wondering how I got that score in the short program. I was amazed that I was up that high. It was really exciting, but thank you. The wings are iconic. I was always very uncertain about the wings. I didn't know if they were reading as glamour or if they were reading as excessive, but I feel like it's 50-50 on that one. No one really knows how they feel about that dress, and that's okay. All right, this dress comes with some actual tragedy. This was my last attempt at making Moulin Rouge in 2018 feel like it was the right program for me to skate to. I tried to emulate Nicole Kidman's opening scene, Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. She has the heart cutouts on her boobs. I had worn every other dress in this movie, so I figured I would try one more time with this. And I think I went back to Moulin Rouge because I think I wasn't listening to myself. I was listening to all these other people who were saying, La La Land isn't as dramatic as you usually skate to, and I think it made me a little bit self-conscious of what I had created with Shay, and I didn't believe in it as much as I should have. So I went back to Moulin Rouge, but my problem that I was fighting Moulin Rouge with the whole entire time I was skating that season was that I was over it. I had explored every ounce of that program and that character, and it wasn't fresh and it wasn't motivating, and I was really just trying to get to the end of the tunnel, get through that season. I was exhausted, and then of course this dress was gorgeous, but I showed up. I had a really bad injury on my foot, and I had to stop the program halfway through it because I just couldn't keep going anymore. And yeah, that took a sad turn, but we're gonna bring it back with the moment that I realized exactly what I wanted to do. And this is my favorite, because this was the program this was my last program. And it was my happy place. I think that I kind of got to a point where I was so exhausted. There was so much pressure on me. I had been injured. I had so much negativity coming my way from that injury and from getting off the ice. And I was just so tired of hearing everyone else's opinion about what I was going through. And so I just said, all right, you know what? I'm going back to the program that I really wanted to skate to start off with. And I'm going to find a dress that makes me feel magical. And this was a dress that actually Emma Stone had worn to the Golden Globes. This is a legit copy of that dress. And I just saw it and it felt like
It was Gucci.
It was Gucci?
I think so.
Okay, it was a Gucci dress. But I didn't want to copy a dress from the movie because I didn't feel like I was playing that character. I felt like I was myself, and that performance was really to just emulate my career and what I've always felt like I've been about, and that's, dreaming and not always having everything laid out in front of you, but like fighting for what you dream and not listening to all that extra noise. So that's what this, yes, it's just a figure skating costume, but this meant so much more to me. This is a nice little belt detail. I wanted to look cinched. I wanted to look snatched. We really worked hard at the color. This went through a couple different renditions in different colors. It finally ended up with this nice, it's almost kind of purple at the bottom, but it's a nice ombre. And then the stars. I just loved the star detailing because it was just something you don't see in skating. And
It was Valentino.
it was Valentino. There you go. It was inspired by a Valentino dress. So yes, this was my favorite dress, and it was the dress that gave me the moment that allowed me to wrap up my career and everything that I've done and feel happy about what I've done in sports. So that was that dress. Final three. Okay, we'll kind of skip through these really quickly. This, I think, is the dress that someone was asking about. I skated to this. This was like my old go-to show dress, and it was probably the dress that you guys were asking about for 2012 Worlds. So yeah, this was like way back when I was a baby, so there's not much of a creative design process that went into this. Now, another one. I wore this on Stars, I think 2012, maybe 2013. Skating to, I don't remember. But again, cute, simple, went through a blue phase, leaned in hard to that blue phase. And then finally, the dress of all dresses that changed my life. Okay. 2016 Worlds Free Skate. This, I had no idea what this dress was going to look like. I worked with a new designer for this dress, and I had done the red dress, and I was just taking a step back trying to think, when was Satine really at her most fabulous? When did her character peak? But also at the same time, when did you really feel that connected with her? And it felt like she, at the very end of the movie, I think it's the Indian love song or something to that degree, she comes out wearing this wedding dress. This is a wedding dress from the movie, and the costume designer did a really good job at making the necklace very stylized, but it read very bright on the ice. I wasn't sure because they're darker beads, but they were very bright on the ice. And then I sent her a picture of the dress, and she just copied. Look how intricate this is in the beading. She legitimately made the actual fabric and the beading look the way that it did in the movie. So I loved that. This dress, though, was actually kind of hard to skate in because it has a little bit of an asymmetrical skirt, but this skirt was not sewn down. So whenever I would jump, it would actually come all the way out to here, and it would pull. And I mean, did it make a difference? No, but was I super sensitive about triples and a skirt going a little bit far out? Yes, so that was a little bit intimidating with this dress. It's not heavy at all. This thing is so light. I think that of all of my dresses, I mean, this is the one that I see photographed the most. It's the one that comes up in my memories the most. It's the one that, you know, really changed my skating career for the better. But yeah, there you go. Super simple. It just comes down in the back. And I mean, you guys, we have gone through the rainbow of my dresses. That was fun, and I got to clean them all up and actually get something done at the same time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. These are just a couple of my costumes. I have so many more, so I'll have to see if I can bring those out someday and go through all of them with you guys again. But I hope that everyone is doing great. These are crazy, stressful, weird times, so I hope that if anything, you guys got to just sit back and think of nothing but silly skating dresses for a couple of minutes. So yeah, I will try and come back on live. We can talk again soon, but I have to go get started making dinner. It's 5 here, and I'm an old lady, and I'm hungry for my dinner. So I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.